Hello and welcome to Meditations for Mortals. I'm Lindsay Milner. This is where I work through Oliver Burkeman's volume, Meditations for Mortals, a 4-week guide to doing what counts. And we are on day 13, which is called 3 Hours and subtitled On Finding Focus in the Chaos. Burkeman refers here to a number of people, writers, Charles Darwin, Virginia Woolf, who's the other one there? Oh, Anthony Trollope, who have said that the way they got things done was by setting aside every morning 3 to 3.5 hours. He also refers to an order of monks who do their day's work, and when the bell goes at 12:40 every day, that's their work day over. He concludes the chapter with something that I quite like. Somebody asked, but what do you do when you get to the bell goes at 12:40 and you haven't finished your work? What do you do? And the response was, well, I get over it. So ultimately you just accept that your time's up, you've done your 3 hours, that's that for today, you will pick it up again tomorrow. And Burkeman's theory then is that if you've got that time carved out and you consistently spend that time, then the rest of the day can be less structured, can be less rigid with all the other things that you need to deal with. If you're based in an office, if you're doing a 9 to 5 and you're in an office, then the same thing can apply. You can have the mornings where you do all your focused work, and then you're less structured about the afternoon because you can catch up on all of the admin, all the meetings, all the interruptions, dealing with emails, catching up on things like that is much less structured. But you've done the important work, the thinking work ahead of you've ring-fenced that. You've made sure that's done before all of the rest of the stuff. And this reminds me as well of Cal Newport, where he talks about deep work, a book that I read quite some time ago now, where he says the same thing, that you need to have space and thinking time and no interruptions in order to do the deep work. And because most of our work for a lot of us now is knowledge work, Burkeman says that 3 to 4 hours is kind of the maximum amount of time that you can focus. I love this as a theory. In reality, I have not had any success in making that work. If I want to go to the gym in the morning, I can't then carve that 3 hours out for doing the knowledge work as well. So I have to make a decision. Do I do the gym 3 times a week and the knowledge work 4 times a week? Do I try to carve the knowledge work into other areas, other times of the day? Do I go to the gym later in the day, but I don't really want to do that because that feels like it would just mess with the whole day? Yeah, what do you think? Does anybody else like this as an idea? I'd love to know if you've managed to make it work. I'd really love to see your hints and tips, because as I say, as a concept, I think it's really solid. But the reality is I've personally never been able to do it on a consistent basis. Look forward to seeing your comments. That is day 13, 3 hours on finding focus in the chaos. Meditations for Mortals, Oliver Burkeman's guide, a 4-week guide to doing what counts. I will see you tomorrow for day 14. Bye.